اللهم ردها علي أضعافا مضاعفة يا رب العالمين. So this is 185 Abdul Kareem. We're almost there. 115 to go. 115 to go. We need at least 5 more fives. 5 more fives.
Sisters.
Sisters, 5 more
There's
fives.
a lot of faces
for the sake
that
of
are
Allah.
bright and full of barakah.
Sisters, this place for your families. For your families.
Your
Five
partners
more
in
to
that
go.
project.
5 more to go. Inshallah.
It is your kids. We don't want to keep our kids in the public school.
We have 5 more to go, inshallah. Who's going to go number 1? We need 5 fives, 25. That will put us in a good, inshallah. The 2,000 and the 1,000 will do it, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. I'm certain, inshallah. Who's going to do our first 5? We need 5 fives to be able to complete that fundraising tonight.
$5,000.
Who's going to do the first 5? For the sake of Allah. Going once, going twice. We have another 5. Dr. Hisham Yusuf, may Allah give him Jannah. He couldn't make it. اللهم بارك له في ماله. اللهم بارك له في ماله. اللهم بارك له في ماله. اللهم ردها عليه أضعافا مضاعفة. 4 to go. 4 fives. Who's gonna do it? Come on, brothers, for the sake of Allah. Sisters, for the sake of Allah. We need 20,000. 4 fives. 4 fives. 2 from the sisters, 2 from the brothers. Can we do it? Going once. Going twice. I was hoping that. Okay, we got a five takbir.
Allahu
And a
Akbar.
local sister.
Allahu Akbar.
He's been announcing on who's making the 5. Guess who made the 5? His wife.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah.
Allahu Akbar. Check Kareem's wife.
Allahu Akbar.
So we got you.
Oh yeah.
Inshallah, that's
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
So that's 200,000. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir. Takbir. Can we get 2 more fives? That's it. Well, 2 more fives. I love that for
Let's
fives.
just get one. Let's get one to do 200.
Yeah, we got it. See, 2 more, 210, 90. 2 more.
Anyone more
Can we
sister
try?
for 5?
One sister 5. One
One
sister
more sister
5.
for 5.
Do we have a 5? Do we have a 5? Going once,
5.
going twice, going 3 times. Hey!
Nobody's looking at me. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We have $100,000 to raise. Sheikh Okasha, warm up. We're going to need you at the end. Warm up. We're going to need you. 100,000 to raise. And we're going to need, brothers, can we listen up please so we're done, please. We're going to start with $2,000. We need at least 20 brothers and 10 sisters with $2,000. Who's going to do it for the sake of Allah? That is 1. Abdi, may Allah give you Jannah Rabbil Alameen. May Allah give you Jannah. That is 2. Brother Yassin from Georgia. Brother Yassin from Georgia. Right there, 2,000. So that's 2. Brother Hilmi, that is 3. Number 3. Okay, Brother Hilmi, number 3. Sisters, just $2,000. Allahu Akbar. That is 4. Right here. Can we get a sister to give her a platform, please? That is 4. Number 5. Just $2,000. You see, 1 more is going to give us 10,000. 1 more 2,000. Do we have a $2,000 donation? 2,000. Yes. Brother Abdul's wife. Allah give her Jannah. Allah give him Jannah. Is he traveling, right? That's why he's not here. Allah give him Jannah. So $2,000. Come on, brothers. That should be easy. Let's get going. Okay, Brother Luman in the back there. Assalamu alaikum. Abu Abdul Rahman. Brother Luman there. That's 2,000. So this is $10,000. Takbir. Takbir. Say Allah, can you say Allahu Akbar? Denver Islamic Center. Brother Muhammad is here. Imam Hamdi is here. MashaAllah. Denver Islamic Center. Masjid al-Nur. May Allah give them Jannah Ya Rabbil Alameen. $2,000. Takbir. 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 May Allah give them Jannah Ya Rabbil Alameen. So this is $2,000. 2,000. Okay, we got a $2,000 anonymous. He doesn't want to be known. We got 1,000 and he's going to give us 1,000 later, inshallah. I'll give you the name later on, inshallah. I know the brother quite well. May Allah give him Jannah Ya Rabbil Alameen. But add 2,000, please. Add 2,000. Yes.
I have another 2,000, but he doesn't want to say his name.
Allahu Akbar. He doesn't want to. Okay, come closer, please. 2,000. 2,000. 2,000. 2,000. Okay, $2,000. He doesn't want to be known. May Allah give him Jannah, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Right here. $2,000. Sisters, $2,000. That should be your drive, inshallah. Can we get at least $2,000 for the sake of Allah? 2,000. Brother Walid al-Murshidi, he actually donated 3,000 on behalf of his mother and himself. He's from Saudi Arabia. He's not from here even. So that's 3,000 right here. 3,000, not 2,000. Can you add it up, please? Yes. And then we have Brother Hatim Abu Jad from Wisconsin. Wisconsin, wallahi. $2,000. He sent us the money. The money's in our bank account. May Allah give him Jannah, Rabbil Alameen. Yes. Brother Yassin from where? From Georgia. Yes, I know. Oh, really? MashaAllah, good. I'm glad you guys met here tonight. All right. $2,000. $2,000. Sheikh Okash, we're down to another 50. So it's your call now. Wake up. Wake up, my brother. Get that Philly going. All right? All right. Let's do it.
Brothers and our sisters, I would like to share one thing. If you have issue and you want Almighty to take care of it for you, Prophet said is through sadaqah. Dawu mardakum bis sadaqah. If you have a person in your family who is ill, someone sick in your family, and the sickness may not be physical. Maybe a person is disturbed mentally. Person has some sins that he or she cannot overcome. Prophet, peace be upon him, said through sadaqah, Almighty will heal that person. Dawu mardakum bis sadaqah. Heal and ask Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal the sick ones among your families with sadaqah. So we ask, is there anyone among our brothers or anyone among our sisters for this pleasure? Allah had blessed us to raise 223,000. Only what left is 76. That's what left. Sheikh Kareem and our father, may Allah bless both of them, they raised this amount, and this is what left. We ask our sisters and our brothers, for Allah's sake and Allah's pleasure, at least 30 individuals for this cause. 1,500 each, 1,500, number one. For Almighty to take care of your family on your behalf, number one. Sisters, 1,500, 1,500, number one. The ayah that you have on the top, إِنَّ الْمُصَّدِّقِينَ وَالْمُصَّدِّقَاتِ وَأَقْرَضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا يُضَاعَفُ لَهُمْ وَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ. إِنَّ الْمُصَّدِّقِينَ, indeed, those who give sadaqah, those who provide to taking care of their own societies among men, that's musaddiqeen. And al-musaddiqat is among women, among our sisters. So Almighty Allah mentioned both. Sisters, you are musaddiqat. The second, brothers, you are musaddiqeen. So Almighty is calling both. 1,500 brothers, number one, the first person. If you had done it, Allahu Akbar, Allahumma barik lahu fi mali. Number one, the first person, Allahu Akbar. No name? Okay. Fi mizan hasanati. We ask Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala to place it in his mizan. Allahumma ameen. Number two. Aywa. He's asking me, whose president is this? Or which one of them? This? Benjamin Franklin wasn't a president. Was he? He wasn't a president. He was the oldest among the founding fathers. And that's why you got him on this bail. From Boston to Philly. So here our man. That's how much? 1,000? We ask Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless him. Ameen. Allahumma ameen. Number three, the third person.
I have one that gives 6 of them at one
Allahu Akbar.
$6,000. $6,000, brother Hassan, jazakallah khair. Make dua for him. $6,000.
So that's well, how many of them we got so far? Plus this 6.
Takbir, brother,
Oh, you didn't
takbir.
keep.
Allahu Akbar.
اللهم بارك اللهم اخلف عليهم اللهم بارك له في ماله اللهم بارك له في ماله
اللهم امين.
هنخلف امتى عشان كنيك بقى ها ما تتجاد عن ياض
نكنيه من دون
اللهم
الولد.
بارك له في ماله اللهم بارك له في ماله اللهم رد عليه اضعافا مضاعفه يا رب العالمين. Brothers, we're getting hungry. We only have 10 minutes left. I was warned.
No, there wasn't names.
Allahu Akbar. We're blessed with this family. Come here, Muhammad. تعال هنا محمد. Muhammad is Dr. Hassan Salah's son. I love this family. When I go to New Jersey, this is my home. My wife sometimes thinks that I have something going there. But wallah, it's just a loving family. May Allah give. So Muhammad is Dr. Hassan Salah's son. He's getting 2,500. He's a doctor too. Inshallah, he just started working. May Allah give him Jannah, Rabbil Alameen. And make dua for their daughter Hind. She's inshallah getting married in a month. Hopefully, inshallah, they will have the arrangement made. They are working on it, inshallah. But her wedding will be soon, Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her a righteous husband, Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah bless your family. May Allah bless your wife, Ya Muhammad. May Allah bless your wife. We have his wife here tonight too, mashallah. They are visiting from Chicago. They flown all the way from Chicago. He's not living in Jersey. He came from Chicago just to be with us tonight. Allah is a blessing, ya ikhwan. طيب.
Okay, brother.
I got 10 minutes. I need to raise $50,000 in 10 minutes. If he can do it, I'll do it.
Right.
Come on.
That's correct.
Okay, I'll sit down. If he can do it, tell me. I'll do it. I know I can do it.
Saman Salat.
All right.
Brothers, Brother Salim, we ask Almighty to bless him, Brother Salim, or Nur al-Qamar Ahmed. He donated 1,000. We ask Almighty to bless him and bless his family. Ameen. Allahu Akbar. Allahumma barik lahu. اللهم أعط منفقا خلفا كل منفق إما أعط منفقا أو كل منفق. Every single person who donates this dua is from angels to that person. 1,000 brothers and our sisters. 1,000, number one. 1,000, the first person. من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا. And the ayah that we did not hear yet. ها أنتم هؤلاء تدعون. Almighty said, you are being called and invited. 1,000 brothers and our sisters also. Number one, اللهم بارك له في مالي. اللهم أعط منفق. Number two, Allahu Akbar. اللهم أعط منفقا خلفا. Number two, the third person, sisters. The sisters. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Number two, number three. Allahu Akbar. Number four. Allahu Akbar. Number four. The sisters now, they're coming back. Allahu Akbar. Now we have 1,000. So from the sisters, Allahu Akbar. That's number 10. Now that number 10, 11. The sisters, we have like 5 right now from the sisters. Now, Allahu Akbar, $2,000. Allahu Akbar, that's 12 altogether. 12, 5 from our sisters, and also someone just added 2,000. Allahu Akbar. Allahumma a'ti kulla munfiqin khalafa.
Come, تعال.
تعال يا ابني.
ريان.
How you doing, Rayyan?
His name is Rayyan.
His name Rayyan?
Yeah.
We ask Almighty to allow us to enter
Ya Rab,
His gate
Ya Rab.
and Jannah. Allahumma
Ya
ameen.
Rab, ameen.
Allahumma barik lahu wa yali.
Imagine the mother is sending Rayyan with the donation.
Allahu
Imagine
Akbar.
this. Well, we don't want to say it, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. May Allah bless you. May Allah reward you. May Allah reward you, Rabbil Alameen.
Brothers, we have to 12, 13, 1,000, only 1,000. Ikhwan.
Brother Anwar, may Allah give you Jannah. May Allah reward you, Brother Anwar. Wallahi, we love you. Wallahi, we love Crescent View Academy. Wallahi, we love this school. And we're there for you. Wallahi, we're there for you, 100%. And we're going to work together, man.
تعال يا عم.
We'll see, inshallah.
تعال اديني شوية بركات. Allahu Akbar. I already gave. Number 13 is coming. 13, 1,000. Allahu Akbar. Ikhwan, in Denver, saying Allahu Akbar.
Allah, takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Brothers, takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
We're hungry. hungry. You see, they are hungry. Inshallah. 5 more minutes and we'll be done, inshallah.
1,500.
Allahu Akbar.
1,500.
1,500. That's Benjamin Franklin. Allahu
MashaAllah.
Akbar.
Sisters, 1,000. 1,000. Let's go with 1,000. And then after that,
number 15, Sheikh. We're up to 15.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. 16. The sisters, Sheikh, the sisters started, you know, when it comes to 1,000, Sheikh, the sisters took over. Sisters, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Brothers for the sisters, say Allahu Akbar too. And by the way, saying takbir is not the way. It's the word Allahu Akbar so people can repeat. That's the sunnah of saying it. So it's not to say takbir for others to respond. No, it's for a person to say Allahu Akbar.
take from the sister. Take from the sister.
Allahu Akbar.
Jazakallah khairan,
Allahu
sister.
Akbar.
May Allah give you Jannah. May Allah reward you.
Ameen.
$1,000.
1,000. Now that's number 17. We're going to 17 now.
All right.
17. Sisters, please keep on coming. Keep
1,000.
on coming. Al-Musaddiqat. And brothers, 17. Number 17. 1,000 for Allah's pleasure. We're down to 53,000. Ikhwan, all what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to see from a person.
So Dr. Hassan delivered the $35,000 he paid for his wife too.
Allahu Akbar.
You see, he can.
Allahu
She's gonna
Akbar.
pay it back. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
May Allah give him Jannah.
Allahu Akbar.
جزاك
Ikhwan,
الله
Allahu
خير.
Akbar.
جزاك الله خير.
Allahu Akbar.
May Allah give you Jannah. نسأل الله أن يخلف عليه. نسأل الله أن يبارك في أولاده. اللهم احفظه بحفظك يا رب العالمين.
آمين.
اللهم احفظ أولادي من كل سوء يا رب العالمين.
آمين.
اللهم إنا نسألك بأسمائك الحسنى وصفاتك العلى أن تحفظ دكتور حسن وأن تبارك فيه.
آمين.
وأن تستخدمه وتستعمله لخدمة دينك يا رب
يا عم
العالمين.
خليك في
جزاك
الحركة.
الله خير.
السيدة
يلا.
صوفيا بيقولوا ايه؟ في الحركة بركة. خليك في الحركة.
We're down to
أيوة.
50. We're down to 50. We're about to be done. They're telling us the food is ready. The food is ready. 50,000. That's all we're left with. It's getting cold. Sisters, can we get this going? Inshallah. So you want to go to 500?
Someone started 500.
Okay.
Allahu Akbar.
Can we start the 500?
500. Number one.
Just 500.
This number one.
Just 500.
Brothers,
Sisters, $500.
sisters, 500. Someone
Each
started
sister
number one.
$500. That will give
Allahu
us.
Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
That's number two.
Allah.
Number two, number three.
500.
Sisters, number three. 500.
500. Sister in the back there,
Allahu
mashallah.
Akbar.
May Allah
Someone
reward you,
else in the
sister.
back.
Sister
Allahu
Raqiyah,
Akbar.
right there. The sister is out there, 500 inshallah.
That's number four.
Four.
Ikhwan, number five.
Allahu Akbar. Number 5. Number
Allahu
6.
Akbar. Number
Just
six.
$500.
Number six.
$500. 500. Just 500.
Number six.
500.
Please, the sisters, number six.
I know.
Sisters, 6, only 5. That's 5 pence. That's 5 Benjamins. 5 Benjamins, that's $500. Ayy. This from Sheikh Karim's wife? يا عم الشيخ البركة دي. يا عم الشيخ البركة دي. إيه؟ يا سلام. Allahu Akbar from Sheikh's wife. 500. 5 Benjamins. Allahu Akbar. اللهم ايوه تعال يا عم. يا عم خليك في الحركة. اللي ماشي فيه.
بسم الله بسم الله.
الله أكبر.
Allah, we are getting close.
Allah
250.
Akbar. Now that's number what? You keeping the count? Number 8. So this 9 and 10. Allahu Akbar. Now 11 sisters. 11. Sisters number 11. 500. Only 5. جيت بحاجة تانية. يا عم الدين. يا عم الدين. Allahu Akbar. That's number. That's 12. 500. 12. Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah,
Ya salam.
bismillah.
Allahu Akbar.
Getting close,
Allahumma barik
mashallah.
fi mali. Ameen.
Inshallah.
That's what? 13. Allahu Akbar. That's 14. 14. Now number 15. Sisters 15. We have to 15. 500 for Allah's pleasure. You know, the sisters been moving. Allahu Akbar. 16. 500, Ikhwan. The food is getting cold. Ikhwan, food is getting cold. I ask Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to allow your stomachs to turn into microwaves to warm them once you eat. Ameen. Now, Ikhwan, 17. 500, Ikhwan, sisters, 17. Only 5. You know, the sisters
Sisters
even
with the pledges. Pledges, inshallah. We need pledge
even
forms.
through pledges, Ikhwan.
Sisters with the pledge forms.
Even through pledges. Okay, good. Allahu Akbar. You can give on behalf of someone, living or dead. Living or dead, a family member who's already in Barzakh, waiting for Qiyamah. On behalf of that person, you give sadaqah, that person will receive it as sadaqah. Okay, brothers, so we can come, because the Sheikh said the time, we're running out of time. Ikhwan, $200 at least, half of the crowd. $200, number one. Ikhwan, number one. الدكتور الدكاترة قال لي ساكت ليه؟ Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. الدكتور الدكاترة number one. $200, إخوان. Number one. Two. Allahu Akbar. Number two. Sisters, $200. Sisters, two. Allahu Akbar. That's number three. Number three. Barakallahu fi. Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khairan. Number three. Jazakallah khair. Sisters, three. Only 200. They're just two. Aywa. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. Muhammad Hussein. Muhammad Hussein just memorized Quran as a hafiz. Allahu Akbar. How old are you? 12. A 12-year-old Muhammad Hussein just finished his memorization of Quran. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ikhwan, memorizing Quran is not an easy task. A young boy, 12 years, to memorize Quran. Ikhwan, Allahu Akbar. Yes, sir.
He finished the memorization at Crescent View Academy.
Allahu Akbar. And what is this young boy? He came, he said after his memorization of Quran, he wants to be part of it, so he wants to donate.
Allahu Akbar.
Okay, a 12-year-old. When Prophet passed away, by the way, Ibn Abbas was this young. Abdullah ibn Abbas, when Prophet passed away, he was only 13. Only a year old. So Hassan, Muhammad ibn Hassan, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you. And allow أبشر بتاجك عند ربك يوم القيامة عند ربك معمما. When a person memorizes Quran, that person will not only be honored by Allah, his parents, the father, will be honored by Allah. يا حافظ القرآن عشت مكرما وبقيت للشريعة درعما. Okay, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you. Allahu Akbar.
We have a sister that gave us $600. One sister, Jazallah khair, give us $600.
$600 يا عم.
Bismillah, we're serving dinner right now.
خلاص انتهت الحركة.
لا كمل.
أيوة.
هم بيتعشوا واحنا نكمل ان شاء الله.
أيوة.
Bismillah, we're going inshallah.
Allahu Akbar. $500 from
Are you awake?
Abdul Khan. Allahu Akbar. 500 إخوان. Allahu Akbar.
Brothers
This
and
is
sisters, just a quick
okay.
reminder, don't forget Baba Ali will be coming on right after the fundraising inshallah ta'ala. So keep in tune inshallah.
500. Allahu Akbar.
Another $500.
Another 500. Now this 1,000 both
Please
together.
add it on so we can see it there.
What is the total?
Allahu Akbar.
5, 6.
256,000. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Brothers, as you eating, you know we pumping. We eating, we pumping. Just keep on swallowing and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring along with the luqaymat barakat.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah.
Brothers, 200 for Allah's pleasure. Sisters, 200 for Allah's pleasure.
Bismillah.
Now we add to what?
We have
Okay, I heard we have Baba Ali.
no auction.
Yeah, we have a big piece.
Bring it, I'll auction it.
We have a sister.
Do we have anything to auction? Any gold, any jewelry? We usually do. Carpets? You have one? Bring it. I'll auction it for you, inshallah. So we're going to bring it down to $100. $100. Please, if you want to do a pledge, we have a box. If you want to put it inside the box, let's go down to $100. Who's going to be the first one?
100, the first person.
First one, $100.
$100, Ikhwan, at least to me. Aywa, I'm right here.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahu Akbar, $500. Allahumma barik.
Bismillah.
Allahu Akbar. So basically that's 5. We have 5. Number 6, $100. Number 6.
100. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Allahu Akbar. Number 7. Allahu Akbar. You keep on forgetting that's Benjamin Franklin, Benjamin. Allahu Akbar.
Bismillah.
8 و9 10. طيب مستمرين 10 دقايق.
100.
Allahu Akbar. This is number 10. 100. Sisters, we up to 100. Sisters, we up to 100. Only, Benjamin Franklin won.
Bismillah.
We up to number 5. No, 10. Sister number 11. 100.
Bismillah.
Allahu Akbar. 5. Ya salam. You know me say it? You want to keep it?
Bismillah.
Okay, Allahu Akbar. This is 500. Allahumma barik. Allahumma barik. Number 6.
Yeah, 11, right?
11.
11.
Ikhwan, only 100. Number 11. And our sisters likewise. We're doing some auction here, yeah? We're going to auction it?
Yeah. Can we help the system, please? This is an expensive painting here.
It's
My daughter, she is in Chicago. She's in Chicago?
You're-
She is in Chicago. So, right? You in Chicago?
brothers, please. Look at this right here.
Okay, mashallah.
This paint is beyond what Leonardo da Vinci did. You know that Mona Lisa thing? That Mona Lisa shit? This is more expensive than that Mona Lisa. Who will buy this? How much you want us to go?
Rotation, recipe.
No. $10,000.
10,000? Allahu Akbar.
The person who gives it is saying not less than that.
Allahu Akbar.
This is expensive. You know that?
Brother Tariq's sister.
Brother, sister? Oh, this?
MashaAllah.
Allahu Akbar. So brothers or our sisters? Who will buy it? Or him? Oh, sis?
One second. Here is the story behind this painting. Please, give me your ears for a minute. We have a sister by the name of Sister Angel. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her Jannah ya Rabbil Alameen. She is the sister of Brother Tariq, Shahid. She has taken on the daycare project from the scratch. She actually sponsored the project and she is trying, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, to finish it up. And she want to help us out with having a commercial kitchen. You see, our planning is to have a commercial kitchen in this facility. So this place can be an event center for your weddings, for your activities. And she brought this $10,000 painting in order to pay for this. Can we please do not let her down? And she said it's $10,000 painting. That's how much it is. This is a valuable painting. You can actually take it and maybe put it in Craigslist or whatever that list out here and resell it for more than that if you want to do that business, inshallah, if you want to explore it. But we want to help our sister get that $10,000 so she can finish up the daycare and inshallah help us out with the commercial kitchen, inshallah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So who's going to help our sister Anjim tonight? Maybe two brothers, they can trade on this. All right, sisters?
Every day she prays. Every night
Yeah.
she listens Quran. While she goes to sleep, she listens Quran. And she also
Sisters,
to different
this
meetings she goes.
is a donation from one of you selling it just to help this project. So at least, if we can have 10 sisters or 10 brothers, put it together, it's for what? That 10,000, right?
As long as
Ikhwan, this is expensive. This is expensive. Barakallahu feek. Jazakallah khair.
don't know about
Ikhwan, the Mona Lisa painting, how much was it? Ikhwan, the Mona Lisa painting, how much was it?
right next to the brown.
How much?
Oh, I see. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah.
Sisters, you know the Mona Lisa drawing
It's a good show.
that
MashaAllah. We love
Leonardo
you.
da Vinci did?
See you show all the time.
It was 120 million that they sold it. And this is only 10,000. It's only 10,000. So brothers, base 10,000 for this, we want to raise it. We want to raise to pay for this, at least for what the sister had done.
Good, you're doing the great for us.
Sheikh Okasha.
Ayo Sheikh. السلام عليكم.
You're going to be in Chicago, reach out.
يا عم الشيخ.
Not visit us there. Okay, inshallah.
عامل ايه؟
So, you're Chicago, and this is not here. Yeah? No, but we can do the email. Yeah.
اي احنا عايزين فلوس.
How long you visit here?
I have,
Yes.
for the sisters, somebody's donating this beautiful ring.
Okay, we keep you in
It's a
mind.
22, it's a 22 carat, beautiful ring. It's gold.
Okay,
It's very
hey,
nice.
You got the food, right? I just
I
want
want
to make sure
350
you are
bucks
fed.
for it. 350. You want it?
Please, please.
Oh,
Connection to Chicago. Inshallah, we keep in connection. I'll send you email.
we start at 350 for that ring and you go up. 350 and up. Bismillah. Oh, any bidders, anybody wants to do this for the sake of Allah? Any volunteers? $10,000 for the picture? Do we see any hands, inshallah? Maybe we can go down to 75 and go up. How about $7,500?
Look for her.
$7,500 for this beautiful painting.
She was quite.
Any volunteers from the sisters or from the man?
1 year.
This is for the sake of Allah. $7,500. Can we start the auction on
Okay,
this one?
guess what?
Allahu
This
Akbar.
man on the phone, he said he would start 500.
Oh,
The one on the phone, he said he wanted to start.
he's not well. We started at 75, but
7,500?
yeah, we started at 75. Yeah.
Okay.
Sheikh, he got a text for $10,000, so it's between you and the Sheikh and the lady.
Check, he said he can handle it with you. So get some more money from him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful painting, inshallah. Yeah, this is it, Sheikh. That's good. Alhamdulillah. Let me know about the ring, inshallah, if that ring sells, inshallah.
So,
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Time for Baba Ali. Let's go.
Thank you.
خلاص. We're good, inshallah. The money will come, inshallah. Allah will send the money. Let's get Baba Ali going.
Inshallah, Baba Ali. Inshallah, we're gonna get the program started. With Baba Ali coming on. Inshallah, you guys are enjoying your food, but I do wish that you are, most likely you won't have a problem at paying attention, inshallah. This is the dessert at the end of the fundraising.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
how you doing, man? Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
How are you, bro?
Assalamu alaikum. See, this is hard speaking when people are eating. So, I was invited one time to go speak at a wedding. And my brother invited me. He said, Baba Ali, come speak at my wedding. I said, I can't do weddings. He said, why? I said, if I go to the wedding, no one's going to listen to me. I said, why? I said, because you have food. Once you have food, the Muslims, they don't hear you. He said, Ali, please come to my wedding. I said, I'll come to your wedding, but I don't want to do comedy. He said, brother, you have to do comedy at my wedding. And I said, why is it so important? He said, because I'm a doctor, my wife is a doctor, almost everybody at the wedding is going to be doctors. And I said, okay, then what's the big deal? He said, it's going to feel like a medical clinic. I need someone to make them laugh. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll come. So this was the wedding. I think it's almost the last wedding I did. I'll tell you what happened. Me and my family, we all came to this wedding. I sat in the far left table with my wife and my children. It was like a medical clinic. It was mostly doctors. It was very quiet. It was like a business dinner. They were all eating. And everyone was giving speeches. And I was like, how am I going to make these people laugh? I didn't know what to say. I didn't have doctor jokes. So what happened was, long story short, right before I got up, the father, who happened to be a doctor, said, before we bring up our speaker, he didn't introduce me as a comedian. He said, before we bring up our speaker, Baba Ali, I would like to thank a few people who've come tonight. Dr. Khan, please stand up. And Dr. Khan stood up and everyone clapped for him. Dr. Mahmoud, please stand up. Dr. Muhammad, please stand up. Dr.
one by one by one by one, every doctor would stand up and they would clap for that person. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking to myself, am I the only person that's not a doctor here? And then I thought of a joke. I actually, right there at that table, I thought of a joke. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I said, I'm going to go up on stage. I'm going to say this joke. They're all going to laugh. And after that, I can do all my comedy. It's going to be amazing. So I went up on stage. They introduced me. And I went up on stage. And this is what I said. I said, with all the doctors that are here, who's at the hospital? They didn't laugh. They actually looked at each other and said, who is at the hospital? They thought I was giving announcements. And everything I was saying, they were either ignoring me or they're eating, and I felt like the masjid announcement guy after Jummah. I just kept talking, and they thought that I was just giving announcements, and it was just dead silence. And I thought I hit rock bottom. I thought it can't get any worse. And then my daughter, at the age of 3 years old, her name is Hanifa, she gets up from the table, she walks all the way to the stage, and she starts pulling my pants. And I'm like, yes, Hanifa, what is it? She's like, Baba, who are you talking to? So I've done my fair share of events. It was hard sometimes speaking at events, but inshallah we'll try it inshallah tonight. So, what is Baba Ali going to talk about? I was thinking to myself, I don't even write out my topics until I actually come to the event. Because every event is completely different. I've learned my lessons, subhanAllah. And being a Muslim comedian, oh, we have our fair share of stuff. I'm going to tell you guys some true stories of exactly what's happened to me. There was a joke I did, my first joke I ever did in my life. Back in 2006. I did this joke called, they're going to throw you off the plane. And that joke is actually relevant to today. Because of, thank God, subhanAllah, we have Donald Trump as our president. So Muslims, we are back to being the bad guys again. So, I did this joke called, they're going to throw you off the plane. Be careful not to do these things, because if you do, they're going to throw you off the airplane. So we're going to go back to 2006. I'm going to do the joke for you guys again. 5 things not to do. 5 things not to do, because if you do, they're going to throw you off the airplane. All right? In order for you guys to remember these jokes, to remember these specific things, I want you guys to say they're going to throw you off the airplane. Can we try that? Let's try it together. Okay, we're not very good at this, mashallah. Okay, let's say they're going to throw you off the airplane. Let's try it. Okay. Nobody wants to throw anyone off the airplane. Okay, fine. I will say they're going to throw 5 things not to do, because if you do, they're going to throw you off the airplane. This was a joke I did that day. Number 1, no matter how good the food is, don't ever say this is the bomb. If you do, they're going to throw you off the airplane. Number 2, when you go up on stage, back then we didn't have smartphones. We used to have stopwatches. So back then, when I used to go up on stage and said you're going to speak for 20 minutes, I used to use a stopwatch. I was on a flight using a stopwatch, speaking. Sometimes you're using Arabic words. The lady next to me starts freaking out. I mean, she starts getting very nervous. So I took my stopwatch off. I put it in my carry-on. I pushed the carry-on under my seat. The alarm on the stopwatch goes off, which sounds exactly like a bomb. I kid you not. Guess what happens? They're going to throw you off the airplane. Number 3. These are all, by the way, these are all innocent things. If non-Muslims do any of these things, they will not be thrown off the airplane. Only if Muslims do it. Number 3. You see your friend, his name is Jack. From work or from school. You want to say hi or hello to him. How do you say hi to him? Hi, Jack. The Sheikh just said hi, Jack. What happens if you look like this and you say the word hi, Jack? On an airplane, they're going to throw you off the airplane. Number 4, you're traveling with your friend. His name happens to be Osama. They say you two can't sit together. So you have this window seat. He has that window seat. Osama says, when it's time for Maghrib, wake me up. So you're sitting down, you watch the sunset, he's taking a nap. The sun actually sets. Osama, wake up, it's time, it's time! Guess what happens with you and sleeping Osama? They're going to throw you off the airplane. Number 5, if you have a beard, like the sheikh here, they're not going to throw you off the airplane. If you have hijab like the sister here, they're not going to throw you off the airplane. But if you have a beard and you're wearing hijab, very suspicious. They're going to throw you off the airplane. That was the first joke I ever did. So I went backstage after I did my joke, and I met other Muslim comedians. And I wasn't really a comedian, I was just brand new. I met this brother named Preacher Moss. Some of you have heard of him. He's a comedian. I went back there, he had these books of notebooks. And I said, what are those? He said, these are called joke books. They're notebooks, and I write jokes in them. I said, all of those are jokes? He's like, all of these are jokes. I've been doing this for years. I said, I don't really have jokes. I have one joke they're going to throw you off the airplane. Well, you should start writing a joke book. I said, okay, it's a good idea. So I took my notebook, and I wrote the joke down. But when you write this joke, you don't write the entire joke. You just write one word. So when you go up on stage and you see the piece of paper, you see like bomb, hijack. You see those words to remind you what you're supposed to say next. January 8th, 2008. I was flying back from Heathrow, from London to LAX. I live in Los Angeles. They said on the flight, as soon as we land, does everyone stop? Pay attention, please. We need everyone to take out your passports. They are looking for someone on this flight. Everyone's looking at each other. I'm looking around like, who is on this flight for the last 11 hours that they're looking for? We're all looking. I'm like, do you think it's him? No. Do you think it's her? No, no. Who is it? So everyone's taking out their passport. They're like, next, next. And all these officers are outside the plane. Next, next. And I'm not even joking. As soon as I took out my passport, they said, we got him. And I am a Muslim. So I know at that time, it was normal to be randomly picked. At the airport, yes, you know how it is. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, eeny, meeny, miny, Muhammad, come with us. I was Muhammad, I knew it. You always go to security, you meet other Muslim brothers, Assalamu alaikum, brother, how you doing, mashallah, how's everything? You meet other Muslims. So I was used to airport security taking me. So while we're walking with airport security, they say, Ali, why are you smiling? I said, because I don't know. He's like, you seem to be like happy. I said, yeah, I'm happy. He said, do you know who we are? I said, you guys are airport security. I'm always checked. This is normal. I go through a procedure, you ask me some questions, and I leave. He's like, we're not airport security. I said, who are you guys? We said, we're Homeland Security. Yeah, I wasn't laughing like you guys were laughing. So what happened is they take me to this part of LAX I've never seen before, because normally they take you to security, then they take you to secondary security, they take you to this room, they ask you more questions. We didn't go to any of that. We went to the special Homeland Security section, which looked very scary. And I was there for 4 hours, and they're going through all my things, one by one. They went through the lining of my stuff, they went through the notebooks, they went through everything, and they finally get to my joke book. They got to my joke, which only had one joke in it. They opened up and said, what is this? I said, this is my book. What's in it? I said, nothing. It's just, I just write notes in it. They open it. First thing it says, bomb, block, hijack, Osama, and hijab, which confused them. But I had those words in it. And they said, what is this? I said, this is my joke book. This is not funny. I said, okay, it's just like they're going to throw you off the airplane, and they weren't saying it, just like you guys. And no matter what jokes I was doing to them, they were not laughing. I was trying to convince them I'm a comedian. They're like, this is not working. I'm like, this isn't fair. You guys are trained not to laugh. They never laugh. They don't even smile. So how am I going to make these people laugh? And like, okay, can we go through your other things? I'm like, oh, this is getting worse. Okay, what else do you have? I said, I have a laptop. They open up my laptop. They said, listen, just like this joke book, what's on this laptop? Is it bombs and stuff like that? No, no, no. I make videos on YouTube. About what? I said I do talks about like funny stuff about being Muslim in America. And they're like, okay, can we watch some of your videos? I said, yeah. Which video is playing right now? I said, I don't know. I have 100 videos, literally almost 100 videos. Press play, whatever video comes, you can watch it. I have nothing to hide from you guys. It's okay, open the laptop. There's 3 of them, by the way. 2 and 1 supervisor. There's 3 Homeland Security. I'm just sitting there on a chair watching with them like, oh, please, oh Allah, please don't be a bad video. I mean, all the videos are good, but please be just a normal video that they're going to like, and they'll just let me go. They open up the laptop. Of the 100 videos, that I've made, this video came up. The video, for those who are familiar with my work, is called Muslim While Flying. You guys can look this up on YouTube later. This is a video where I make fun of how stupid airport security is. They are looking at my impersonation of them, and they're not laughing. And everything I'm doing, I'm dressed up like them, I'm acting like them, I'm making fun of them. They're looking at me, they're looking at the video. I'm like, I'm going to Guantanamo, I'm going to Guantanamo, I'm going to Guantanamo. And I just can't get worse. And then I got to a part of the video where I talked about like, you see, all my videos, I don't make, you see, the Muslim YouTubers today are very different than the Muslim YouTubers back then. Back then we had a message, and I know specifically myself, my videos had a sense of humor, but I stay within the halal boundaries. And that's one thing, even with my comedy, when you listen to all of it, you don't see, I don't go outside the boundaries. So I said, I can do these videos, stay within the halal boundaries, but more importantly, have a message in it. And when it got to the point of the message, subhanAllah, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved me. When they got to the point of the message, the supervisor smiled. He said, I like that. And the other guys start smiling. And for those who've been through border control, you know this is not normal. They don't smile. They're smiling, they're laughing, they're enjoying the videos. And I'm like, subhanAllah, no one's gonna believe this. And they're laughing and they're enjoying, they're watching the videos, and we're going through the whole thing. And the supervisor says, close it up. Close all this stuff up. Put all those bags away. He said, get up, leave. You will never, ever be stopped again. You will pass through security every time. And subhanAllah, since that day till today, 11 years later, I have not been stopped. So it tells you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, we do these things sometimes, and you don't know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching everything. I didn't have to put a message in my videos, but I did. And only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used that, and look how it happened today. So now I will go and talk about some of the other things about Baba Ali. A lot of the people ask me, why is your name Baba Ali? My kids call me Ali, my kids call me Baba, my wife calls me Ali, that's where the name Baba Ali came from. But I'm actually wasn't born into Islam. I'm a convert. And even my convert story, subhanAllah, is even funny. I went to weird situations. Everyone has a, mashallah, very good story. Someone gave you a copy of the Quran. It made you feel good. Mine wasn't nothing like that. Zero. I'll tell you my funny story, what happened. I was actually in a car at Carl's Jr. This is before Islam, by the way. Remember, I had days of Jahiliyyah. Zero. I'm sitting in Carl Jr. car parking lot, not in the parking lot, in the drive-thru. I'm waiting for my food. A guy jumps into my passenger seat and says, go, 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 go. I look at him and realize I just got carjacked. And he's not kicking me out of the car. He wants me to drive while he is taking the car from me, or maybe killing me. And I'm going through a very difficult time in my life because I don't know if I want to live or die. I don't know what the path of life is. I don't know anything. So as I start driving, he's telling me all these different things to intimidate me. And he told me he killed someone in prison and he got away with murder. And all these different things. And you look at him, everything's tattooed up. He looked like a guy who got these prison tattoos. And he's talking and talking and talking because he's trying to intimidate me, but I don't care anymore because I think to myself, of all the people he carjacked the wrong person. Because I don't care about life or death, I don't even care about anything anymore. And he's trying to intimidate me and I just don't react to him. So he finally goes to he lifts his right ankle to get his weapon. I don't know if it was a knife or a gun. And he put his hand there, and right when he did that, I started speaking for the first time. I said, you know what? He was like, what? I said, I don't know if I want to live or die. He was like, what? I said, watch this. I put the pedal to the metal, I start flying through every red light. It was like those police chase videos. I said, either the police are going to stop us or we're going to crash into something. The guy actually started getting scared. He started holding on to the little thing that you hang your clothes to. He's like, slow down. I'm like, no. If we're going to die, let's die together. He's like, no, no, pull over, pull over, pull over. He jumps out of the car. I never see the guy again. Shortly after, I realized that, subhanAllah, I can die. I didn't say subhanAllah because I know anything about Islam. I said, I can die like this. If I almost died last night, I can die like this. So let me start looking at religions. Let me look for the truth. So I started studying all these different religions. Every time I found the fault in a religion, I would just leave it alone. And the final and last religion left was Islam. I didn't know anything about Islam. This is before the days of the internet. I didn't know where to go. So I said, I'd heard about this one place they have a mosque, or I don't know what type Muslims meet. I know Christians meet on Sundays, Jewish people meet on Saturdays. So Muslims, they meet Mondays, Thursdays, I don't know. So I went nighttime, I walk into the masjid. I have these crazy looking clothes, crazy looking hair. I walk in, I meet these 5 guys who are sitting down almost like in a halaqah. And subhanAllah, of all the people that can give me Islam, these 5 guys should make a video called How Not to Make Dawah. Because as soon as I walk up, I'm like, hi guys, I don't know anything about Islam, can someone teach me? They all run to me and I feel, oh, what's going on, what's going on? They say, let me talk to them, let me talk to them, let me talk to them. They all want to do dawah. because they want to say, okay, let me get his shahada. Let me get his shahada. He's mine. He's mine. Of all the subjects they can talk to me about, of all the subjects, they didn't talk about Tawheed. They didn't talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They didn't talk about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know what they talked about? First guy walks up to me. Guess what he says? Let me talk to you about jinns. I'm like, what? Jinns! You can't see them, but they can see you. And if you do this and do this, I'm like, who's Jim? Who's Jim? I thought he was saying Jim, not jinns. Then the guy's like, stop scaring him. Let me talk to him. I'm like, what is it? He's like, he talked about somebody else. I said, who? He said, Shaitan. I'm like, who? Shaitan. Shaitan is this and this and this. He starts scaring me. I'm like, oh, these guys are talking about this guy named Jim and some other guy named Shaitan. I got out of the message, ran to my car, started driving away, started thinking to myself, who was more scary, the guy who carjacked me or these guys at the masjid? So for the longest time, I didn't want anything to do with Islam. So this guy, my friend, my best friend in school, comes up to me and says, Ali, I heard about you looking at different religions. I want to do the same thing. I want to look for the path of life. I want to do the right direction of life. Let's go, and I found a camp, and it's a camp to go learn about religion. Which religion, I said? He said, Islam. I said, no, 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 no. He's like, why? I said, they got Jim and Shaitan. I'm not going there. And he's like, no, 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 we should go and check it out. I said, okay, fine. If you want to go, let's go together as a group. I'm not going alone. He said, fine, we'll go as a group. I will go. You will go. We took this guy who was a nation of Islam. Because we said we need one guy who can teach us Islam while we're there as part of our tour guide. We quickly realized he knows zero about Islam. And then we took these different people. One guy, he thought we were going camping. He didn't know about the Islamic part. He actually got back to his family. His family said, how was the camp? He said, I don't know. We woke up, they prayed. In the afternoon, they prayed. At night, they prayed. I said, hey guys, what are you guys doing? They're about to go pray. That's all he understood. So these different people came with us. And by the way, the last person in this group that came, guess who I brought with me? Again, days of Jahiliyyah. I had zero knowledge of Islam. I brought my girlfriend with me. Forget hijab or no hijab, she had purple hair. She dyed her hair purple. So subhanAllah, everyone's looking, all the sheikhs are looking at, who is this guy? Who's this girl? What are they doing here? But nevertheless, I didn't know anything. I was completely innocent. There was one story. I was actually sitting outside of the lecture hall. The sheikh was giving a talk, and I was outside the lecture hall, and I had my arm around my girlfriend. And the old sister came up to me and said, excuse me, you can't sit together like this. I said, no, it's okay. She's my girlfriend. So I was like, who are these people? But subhanAllah, it started snowing so much at this camp that it got too cold. So I came, sat inside, and I sat in the back. And I listened to lecture after lecture after lecture. And I said, this is something unique. I want to learn more about these people. And then I had dinner. And I see dinner like we have dinner at these tables tonight. You sit at a dinner table, you don't see, oh, the Indians are sitting together, Pakistanis are together, Somalis are together. No, no, no. Our masjid is very different than typical non-Muslim setup, where they have, oh, this is a black church, and this is a white church, and no, no, no. Our masjid is, you can come, any color can come there and feel comfortable. You sit at a table, you have different people from different countries, different languages. Our bond is not our skin color. Our bond is our religion, our deen, our ideas we carry. I found this amazing about them. So I want to learn more about them. And listen to lecture after lecture after lecture. The next morning, I went to the girlfriend, who I love. I said, the relationship is going to get marriage, or khalas is over. She's like, what? I said, I've been waiting my entire life for the truth. And this is the truth. I found it. I will sacrifice everything for it, including you. And she was completely shocked. So it tells you, again, how you, if your heart is sincere, you want it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put it in front of you. So I get back. And I wanted to accept Islam. And now I want to give you guys a couple of lessons not to do. Do we have any converts here before I continue the next part of this program? Anybody here is a convert? We have some sisters side, but almost no brothers. No brothers here converts? MashaAllah, one convert.
This brother will accept
Islam now.
He's accepting Islam. MashaAllah, he knows so much Quran, he's accepting Islam. So we have maybe one or two converts. Don't worry, I'm not picking on you. But as a convert, let me speak in behalf of the converts. Because it looks like most of the people here are the ones doing dawah. Let me talk in behalf of the people who are receiving dawah. Sometimes when we're explaining Islam to converts, we explain it in such a very easy way. We do. But as soon as they become Muslim, everything that was easy, Now it becomes everything you're doing is haram. Right? Everything before is easy. Easy, brother, easy. If I come to the brochure, let me give you guys an example. Imagine I was Ali many years ago, and I want to learn about Islam. I said, brothers, I want to, excuse me, I like to learn about Islam. I've been reading your brochure. I want to learn about these 5 pillars about Islam. Can you guys explain to me? Of course, brother. Of course. Islam is easy, easy. All right, this first thing about Salah, it says 5 times a day. I don't know if I can do that. My friend, 5 minutes. That's it. Easy, easy. All right, this one about Ramadan. It says I have to fast for 30 days. No food, no water. Don't people die? My friend, we've been doing it for 1,400 years. No one dies. Easy. Well, I'm sure you guys lose a lot of weight. No. Do you know that people actually gain weight during the month of Ramadan? I said, how is this possible? He said, because we cook all day, we eat all night. Easy, easy. This actually happened to me. During the month, I became Muslim. Later on, I became Muslim. I went to work. And I didn't explain Islam to my coworkers yet. And before this, at work, we have these like water bottles like this. But we have these big water bottles at work. Because when I need to go use the restroom, I use the, lota, the water bottle. Some people, they use the watering can, the one that looks like watering plants. But if I carry that at work, they're going to say, why is he always in the bathroom with the watering plant? There's no plants in there. So I have to take something like a big water bottle there. But, so whenever I drink water, I leave the water bottle under my desk. So when I need to go use the bathroom, I grab one of the empty water bottles, I use in the bathroom, I throw it away. One day, my coworker was asking, Ali, I see those empty bottles under your desk, can I recycle them for you? I said, no, don't worry about it, I'm already recycling them. So, I didn't explain the details, I haven't explained Islam to her yet, I don't want to explain. So what happened is, during the month of Ramadan, there was a person at our work that was having a birthday, and they bring cake every time there's someone's birthday. And they had carrot cake that day. So the girl tells me, Ali, her name is Maple. Ali, there is a carrot cake in the kitchen, come go get some. I said, no, I can't. She said, why? I said, I'm fasting. She says, for how long? For 30 days. 30 days, you're going to die! I said, no, they've been doing it for 14 years, they figured it out, don't worry. But can you at least drink water? I said, no, I can't drink water. Why? Because we don't drink water, we can't drink food. So what if you get thirsty? I said, even if I get thirsty. For 14 hours? I said, for 14, 16 hours, whatever it is, I can't drink water. Are you sure? I said, I'm sure. I said, okay, that's interesting. So during the month of Ramadan, true story, I need to go use the restroom. So I grab an empty water bottle. It's much bigger than this. I'm trying to fill up the water bottle, but it doesn't work in the bathroom sink. So I go into the kitchen sink. As I'm filling up the water bottle in the kitchen sink, the girl Maple walks in. During the day, in Ramadan, it looks like I'm filling up a water bottle. I say, hey Ali, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I said, wait a second, didn't you say you can't drink water in the month of Ramadan? It's not for drinking. Then she's like, what is it for? I said, I don't want to talk about it, I just gotta go. So I actually got the water bottle, I ran to the bathroom, she's sitting there, I walked right past her. It's like, what's wrong with this guy? Where's he going to? I use the water bottle, I throw it away, I walk back to my desk, I said, let me go talk to her. But she's already working on her computer, and I'm like, I have other coworkers in the same office, I don't want to start talking about this in the office. So I said, let me type up an email and explain this to her. Because I was thinking about how to explain Islam to her. I never thought this was the way. So let me explain all this stuff to her. I open up Outlook, I write up the entire email about that in the bathroom, explain the details, and I press send. She opens up her email, she reads it, and since that day, she's never asked to recycle any of my water bottles ever again. Easy, easy! Not so easy. Next. Your question comes for like, hi, the next question I have is regarding Hajj. I don't know if I can do this. I have to go to Saudi Arabia. I'm just confused. My friend, You wear 2 pieces of white cloths, you walk around the desert, easy! Okay, this next part called zakat. It says I pay 2.5% and I have to pay gold and silver. I have to calculate. Look, I don't even do my own taxes. Is there like a Zakat Pro or something that I can just pay? Somebody does it? He said, my friend, it's easy. I said, how is this easy? Do you have excess wealth? I'm like, no. Easy! But the most confusing one for me in Somalia, it took me 6 months to learn Salah. 6 months. It's because that every single person I went to ask questions about Salah, they would say, no, I don't want the responsibility. Ask someone else. I don't want the responsibility. Ask someone else. 6 months until we found someone who said, okay, I'll take the responsibility. I'll teach you. Because they didn't want accountability. So Salah was probably the most challenging part for me. Because I didn't know after I learned Salah that different people pray differently. So I would go pray Salah, and I remember the first time you prayed Salah and these type of things happened. I went to go pray Salah, and I remember the teacher who taught me said that foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, gaps are for shaitan. And right before we led the Salah, the Imam turned around, and remember, you've heard it 100 times, but this is the first time I'm hearing it. Pray as if it's your last prayer. What's about to happen? Excuse me. What's happening here? I just don't know what's going on. Why is this the last prayer? And then, so now I'm super nervous. I'm like, okay, everything he taught me, foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, and I'm like, I see a gap between me and the brother, so I move my foot here. As I move my foot to the guy looks at me and he moves his foot away. And I'm like, where is he going? So I go further, and he goes away. I'm like, why is he going away from me? And just soon I try to do this weird thing. Then my legs are like this weird thing, and I don't know how to bend my legs in ruku when my legs are like this. Then I'm like, okay, at least look down, make sure your legs are weird, but look down. You're supposed to look where? Where are we supposed to look for Salah? Sajda. Only supposed to look at one spot. Well, the masjid you go to, sometimes you go to a masjid, and there's so much calligraphy. They have masjids, they have pictures of Mecca, the Medina, they have minarets, they have all this. I'm like, what is all this? Why is there so much stuff here? All there should be is a circle with 5 arrows pointing to it. Like, look here, that's it. That's what. So this is confusing. My legs are like this. I'm like, oh, this is so. And then what happens is, you pray, and now you want to leave. And there's rules for like when someone is praying, not to walk in front of them. Some of the people, they don't look when you're praying sajda. They don't look down here. Some people look down. Some people look around when they're praying salah. And then some people look at you. And the people who are praying, and I'm trying to leave, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I need to cross him to get to the exit. I'm taking a step. Is he praying? He's not praying. As soon as I take a step, he's like, Allahu Akbar. But he's still looking at me. I'm like, this is so confusing. If they were all looking down, it'd be so much easier. So then the sheikh, you ask the question, excuse me, what if I'm praying and all these people are walking in front of me because they don't know I'm praying? What are you supposed to do? Does anyone know what you're supposed to do? That's right, you're supposed to put your hand out. You know what happens when you put your hand out? When you're praying salah? People shake it. Assalamu alaikum, brother, how are you doing, mashallah? How's everything? So my point of all this is sometimes, we bring people towards the da'wah, we do give them Islam, but as soon as they become Muslim, or sometimes we're too tough on them. Remember, we ourselves did not become Muslim overnight, and some of us who were born Muslim and we transitioned into practicing, we're always learning, we're making mistakes, and it's like, how many years did it take you to get to where you are today? But then we're expecting that person who just accepted Islam last night to become where you are overnight. So be patient with these people. Sometimes you have to hold your tongue, and slowly by slowly they come towards Islam, inshallah. So hopefully, we laughed tonight, and notice the laughter that we didn't make fun of Islam. We didn't make fun of any ethnicity. Most comedians do. We didn't have to do any of those things. We didn't have to even go through the haram boundaries, but yet we laughed, and we had a good time. Just want to say jazakallah khair for the time, and thank you for the community, and mashallah. I saw your website, and I saw what you guys have been doing. It's been amazing. This is a very unique community. Do not take it for granted. I've been to masjids all around the United States, it's a very, very rare exception for what the community is doing and what their vision is. So please support this masjid. For those who are donating anonymously, please support the masjid. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
I want to say a couple of words in the presence of Baba Ali. You know, making fun of Islam is actually an act that may take you out of the fold of Islam. Very easy. Actually, even if you don't have the intention. And what I respect about my brother, and I want to applaud him for this and say Jazakallahu khairah, that you're offering it the halal way. Like you can tell it's a message, and he doesn't cross the boundaries of the religion, and that's why we invited Baba Ali, and that's why we love him. And the kids love him because of this. Because there are a lot of stand-up comedians, Islamic ones now, who make fun of our religion in order to make the people laugh. And this is not acceptable in Islam whatsoever. This is actually an act that can take you out of the fold of Islam. فجزاك الله خير Baba Ali. Keep up the good work. May Allah give you Jannah. جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك. We have a surprise. We have a shahada. One of the brothers is going to accept Islam tonight. That's a blessing. What is your name? Huh? Miskello. And I'm going to have Brother Eddie do this. Can somebody hold the camera for Brother Eddie? He likes to shoot that stuff. Can somebody help him? Muhammad will help you. So, you want to have a conversation with him, please?
How he accepted it, I mean, make it. All right. You're on the spot now.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Excited, excited. Is there anybody else out there, anyone else from the not yet Muslims who would like to do what he's doing, taking that brave, courageous step and giving birth to what's already inside the human being, who would like to accept Islam? Is there anybody else? Okay, good. Alhamdulillah. So your name again is?
Miskello.
Miskello. Tell us in a few words, what was it about Islam that had you now here with us tonight?
I saw the way they interact with others. Like I have co-workers, many of them.
You have co-workers, many co-workers that are Muslim?
Yes. And I have like a Sudanese, those who used to study with me in India. And they used to tell me about Muslim, but I wasn't ready at the time. So, but this time, I heard about Muslim, and I decided to change, accept this.
What background do you come from?
My father is a priest, would be like a build a church.
Your father was a priest?
Yes. And when I moved out of Ethiopia, he changed his religion, and I said, oh, I think everything is false. So I decided not to follow him no more.
Let me make a really easy example for our viewers out there who also might be contemplating. You've been thinking about what the purpose of life is, why you're here, where you're going, and now you did what our brother here did. He started to reflect, and somebody shared because they cared. It's like a house. You're invited to a house with 4 rooms, and the person takes you into one room and he invites you to worship a stick, stone, a bone, idols, and your fitra, your innate nature rejects that. So we go to room number 2, and then they invite you to worship a human being. They invite you to worship something else from creation, and you say, no thank you. Then you move on to room number 3, and room number 3 has the roof off of it. It's open. And then they say, look up at the sun. Why don't you worship the sun? Worship the stars. Worship Mother Nature. And you say, no, you're being genuine and sincere with your fitra, your nature. You say, I'll pass. And then someone takes you to room number 4. And there's no statue, no picture, nothing. But the attributes of the one who created you explain. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ Allahu Samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Say he is God, Allah the one and only, the absolute, the eternal. He begets not, nor is he begotten. There's nothing comparable to him. Would you accept that?
Yes.
Were you coerced? Did someone twist your arm, put a gun to you, force you to do this?
No.
Allahu Akbar. Do you know that when someone accepts submission to the will of the creator of the heavens and earth, he's following the way of Jesus, of Moses, of Abraham, continuing the same legacy It's the same way of life. It's not a new religion. It's the same way of life, the same religion. Am I right, Shares? Am I right, everybody? So now, when someone does that, all their previous sins, what they did in the past, you owe somebody money, you did someone wrong, make it right. But with God, you're all right. You're all good. No one's coming to die for your sins. No one, you turn to the most loving, the most merciful, and He forgives. And you're taking that free choice that you have to worship a stick, stone, or bone, or go on these other rules. No, you're doing it now for the Creator of the heavens and the earth. So, you ready?
Yes.
So repeat after me. We'll start off in English, and then we'll go into the Arabic. I testify, I bear witness.
I testify, I bear witness.
That there is nothing worthy of worship.
There is nothing worthy of worship.
Except the Creator of the heavens and the earth.
Except the Creator of heavens and earth.
God Almighty Allah.
God Almighty Allah.
And I bear witness, I testify.
I bear witness, I testify.
That Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.
And Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Is his final messenger.
His final messenger.
Are you ready in Arabic? Ashhadu.
Ashhadu.
An la ilaha illallah. Wa ashhadu. Anna Muhammadan. Rasulullah. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
Hold on, right here. Stop. This is very, very important. This is the exciting part. Now the work has to start. I want somebody to be dedicated to Him as a guardian angel, someone who's going to help. Where Baba Ali, it took someone 6 months. What are we doing? I need someone, look, if you don't believe, someone who's going to teach him Al-Fatiha, someone's going to teach him how to pray, the fundamentals, step by step. There's a really great, also research, so we already got, you're the brother? Okay, so we got the brother here who's going to go ahead and be that mentor. You also, there's New Muslim Academy, newmuslimacademy.com, because now it's not just, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of life. You got to get grounded in it, you got to learn, and that's how you're going to experience all the blessings. Alhamdulillah. Welcome to Islam, my brother.
Allahu Akbar.
Takbir!
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Inshallah, we're going to call the adhan. Please collect your stuff. Brothers, they are going to enter from the left here. Go to the entrance of the masjid. Inshallah. Sisters as well. They have their own musalla. So we can pray Isha, inshallah. Sheikh Muhammad is going to call the adhan. Barakallah feekum. Jazakum Allahu khaira for everything. May Allah give you Jannah. May Allah reward you tremendously. You've been there for us. You've been there for this project. And inshallah we'll continue working. Inshallah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة.